This is a review of the classic Lenormand by Alexandre Musruck. Beautiful backs to this deck. It looks antiquated. It has his name in the back, titles it. Also, it comes in a customizable tin with the user's name written as they prefer to have it written. And this houses this deck very, very nicely. The deck has very clean, uncluttered backgrounds, which makes it very easy for reading. It makes it very clear and crisp. Images are, he says that they are true to the French traditions. And the images are very traditional, pictorial representations from the late 18th century. The illustrations use Parisian scenes and costumes that were common during the 1790s. And this time period is very apt because it is at that point when Mlle Lenormand started to rise to fame. She started as early as the age of 22, becoming famous for her fortune-telling. Even though we know she didn't use these cards for her actual readings, it is nice to be able to be transported back in time with these images. It has a very close-up picture of the card, the image here, as well as the playing card association that goes with it, as well as the number of the card in the deck. I'm going to go through some cards that I really like. I'm going to go through some that I wish they were a little bit of a change, but you can work very easily with this deck. The rider, crisp and clear. The clover is a little hard at first to tell it is a clover. Upon closer inspection, you will see that it actually is nice little bees on clover. Very pretty. Just a little closer inspection. Most of these are super easy to tell what they are upon first look. There is not a dark side or a light side to the clouds. There is traditionally in some decks. This doesn't matter to me because I always read the difficulty as the card to the left of it. So if this were read together, it would be a difficulty with health, and the card to the right is what happens as the outcome. These are just in chronological order right now, so it's not an actual reading. Coffin, very crisp and clear. Okay, also very clear. The scythe, amazing, and it points toward the right. Whip, very clear. I love the birds card, and it has two birds, which actually helps us when we're reading birds as pairs or two of something, like when we used to see the two owls in a deck, so we can still very easily make this association with this card. The child, nice and small, was a little hard for me to tell. I thought it was the man card at first, but it is actually the child card, and for comparison, there is the actual man. You can see the difference. The fox is one of my favorite cards. I absolutely love this, and the bear. Many stars, which is what you want to see in the stars card. This is not a star card like in tarot. It's a multitude of something, or networking, metastasizing out, spreading out. That was good for the stars. Stork is perfect. Love the dog. The tower was a little short for me because it can be mistaken for, say, a house card. But once you get into the deck, it'll work. And just again for comparison, there's our actual house card. Tower can indicate for me things very tall, like skyscrapers. There's our garden. The mountain. The path was one card. It goes back and forth, left and right. It's like ambivalence or something. I read this card as splitting choices, taking a path and it's splitting left or right. So I really like to see a clear split in the road, or a sign where there's an intersection where you have to go left or right. But it goes left and right, left and right. So this, I can still make it work. I just wish it had more of a split. Mice card, very nice. Heart, super clear. Super clear, love it. This is another card that confused me until I recognized it was number 26. This is the book card. So in this particular deck, it's a musical book. So it works for me, I guess, after I got to know the deck, but it confused me at first. I would rather just a regular book. Letter is very good. And there are man and woman cards. There's only one of each in the deck. And we have the lilies, has your choice. If you happen to use the German system, the Belgian system, and you use the lily for sexuality, there's a nice red one for you. If you happen to use it for purity or tranquility or harmony in the French system, there's the white, so it's a little something for everybody. There's our sun, the moon, beautiful. He is super clear. Fish comes in multitudes, which is what you want. That's amazing and wonderful. I love this one. 35. Let's talk about this one, the anchor. I had a hard time seeing it because of this black thing in the background, but you can see there is actually an anchor there in the front. Once you know it, you're okay with it. And cross could not be more clear. It's excellent. The backs are kind of aged looking. I like that appearance, that it looks quite old. And I just love how it is easy to see all these cards in one unit, to read them up and down and sideways in very clear sentences. Very nice deck. It's got a very nice card stock. It's easy to shuffle, and beautiful deck of cards by Alexandre Musruck.